anyone in attendance, you're pretty lucky. You can say, I remember when I saw him speak at that. I'm going to start his super PAC. Very impressive. You're very lucky to have him in this state representing you. The next speaker is a courageous representative, representing the Milwaukee County Board and the bastion of liberalism, being a true conservative, no less as a young woman. In part of the ACU's Under 40 series, she is one of the future leaders of not just Wisconsin, but national politics. Please join me in welcoming Deanna Alexander.
I'm so glad that the representative who spoke before me asked you all to friend him on Facebook, because I've got a Twitter account and now I have permission to go ahead and let you follow me on Twitter. I am so happy to be here today. You know, 5 years ago, if you had asked me what I would be doing now, I would never have guessed that I would be asked to speak at CPAC, or that I would even be an elected official. I would have laughed you out of the room. You know, I used to follow politics, I'd watch the evening news. I followed along a bit, I cared, but I never really knew how to get involved. And I would watch the news at night and say, what are these government fools doing? And after a while, I got tired of yelling at my TV. 2 years ago, I was working hard as an accountant, working even harder as a mother of 2 young children, and looking for a way to be more active in my government. And the opportunity came for me to run for public office. Needless to say, I won my election, but that's not the important part I want to tell you about. I want to tell you how I campaigned. I went door to door to door to door, inviting people to talk to me about values and educating them about what was wrong with our government, because they didn't know. I won my election with 55% of the vote in a 75% liberal district. I've now been in office for a year and a half, and I love my job. I wake up every morning excited to go to the courthouse and do the work of the people, but I have to tell you folks, I go to bed every night shaking my head and saying, why do we bother? Because I have seen so many backroom deals and government corruption in my short time in office already. I work with so many donkeys and rhinos that I've had to bring horse tranquilizers to work to take care of them, in the form of publicly supporting cutting my board's salary, including my own, and exposing a racket of illegal union bargaining where I was the only one willing to speak out, and the unions even sent people to follow me. I've learned to stand up for myself and to stand up for my constituents. I've started to just call it like I see it, and I'm not afraid to rock the boat. So 2 years ago, when I decided to run for office, it was just before Thanksgiving. And you know how Thanksgiving goes with family. That old rule about we don't talk about religion and politics in polite company. Well, my father-in-law still to this day makes that announcement every time we get together. He says, all right, you all have your food. We're gonna eat as a family. We're not talking about any religion or politics. You want to talk about that, you take it somewhere else. Somehow I think it's escaped him that I'm a politician and my husband is a preacher. And needless to say, my in-laws are also donors to our national KGB Office of Hope and Change. So what do we talk about at the dinner table? I say, let's talk about religion and politics. And I don't apologize for that, like so many conservatives sometimes do. The word apology comes from the Greek word apologia. It means to give reasons and evidence, to tell people why we believe what we believe, to explore with them through conversation. What do they think? Notice I said think, not feel. We ask them what they think. When they say, oh, you're a conservative? Please don't give a one-word answer to that, folks. We need to respond and say, well, what does conservative mean to you? Find out what they have in their mind before you answer the question. When people say, oh, I believe in democracy, like my friend John Ashcroft would, ask them, do you believe in democracy or demobcracy? We need to converse with people, and we need to stand our ground as we do it. We need to learn to communicate. People are not going to know that we as conservatives have real solutions to the world's problems unless we can learn to communicate this message with them. And we need to do it without abandoning our message that free markets, family values, and liberty are the path to progress. We can do it while being smart, we can do it while being sassy, and we can do it with integrity to get the message out that conservatism is what works. By doing this, we roll out the red carpet for single moms, immigrants, the college kids with the mohawks, and the people with the Priuses with the coexist stickers on the back to start second-guessing the hope and change they've been sold and begin making a change for hope. 1 Peter 3:15 tells us to always be prepared with an answer for the hope that's within us. And when we are prepared and we can explain why we believe what we believe, we are showing that facts and reason are on our side. So why is it that the more economics courses a college student takes in their life, the more likely they are to become a Republican? Folks, it's because conservatism makes sense and it works. And when people understand this, we will increase our ranks, we will train new messengers, and they will be able to march forward with us into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the message of conservatism with our friends and family at the dinner table, even when it's uncomfortable, it's not just a way to get to know them better. It's not just a way for us to win elections when we're knocking on doors. It's how we focus on our values, and we take our values from the pew to the dinner table and from the coffee house to the state house. And this is how we will save our country and lead a conservative future for the United States of America from sea to shining sea. My name is Deanna Alexander. Thank you.